Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video, you will learn about how to find out the initial basic feasible solution by using least cost method, which is also known as LCM, or another name for this method is matrix minima method. So stay tuned till the end, and if you like my videos then please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon. Now let us see what are the steps to solve the given transportation problem by using least cost method. First step is what we have to select the cell having least cost, that is we have to select the cell having minimum cost. Second step is what we have to allocate the maximum possible units to the selected cell. Third step is we have to subtract that selected number from the corresponding supply and demand values. Then we have to delete the row or column fulfilling the supply demand conditions. After this we have to repeat the above procedure. Okay. So let us start with the question. What is given? Find the initial basic feasible solution for the following transportation problem using least cost method or matrix minima method. Now here matrix is given to you. In that matrix different supply values are given to you and different demand values are given to you. So here first we have to check whether given problem is balanced problem or not. For that purpose we have to add up all the supply values and then we have to add up all the demand values and we have to check whether we are getting equal values or not. So to check whether the given transportation problem is balanced or not, first we will add all the supply values. That is what total supply is equal to 7 plus 12 plus 11 is equal to 30. Then add up all the total demand values, that is 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal to 30. As both the values are 30, that is total supply is equal to total demand. So given transportation problem is balanced one. Now we need to follow the further steps. Okay, so here whatever matrix is given to you, from that first step is what you have to select the cell having least cost. Now in this table the cell having the least cost is 1, that is what S1 D1 cell. Okay, now for that cell if you observe the supply value is 7 and demand value is 10. So supply means what? Whatever available units are there, that is considered as a supply, and demand means what? Requirement. So we have to allocate the maximum possible unit to the selected cell, that is S1 D1. Okay, so supply means available quantity, that is 7 units are available, and requirement is of 10. So we have to allocate 7 units to the selected cell. So after allocating 7 units to the selected cell, if you observe the supply value, that is what 7/0 means we have allocated 7 units to the selected cell. Now as demand is of 10 units, so out of 10 we have allocated 7 units. So remaining units are how many? 3 units. So we have to write down that as 10/3. So 3 means what? That is a remaining requirement. As a supply value in the first row is 0, we have to cross out that row. That is what? As there is a fulfillment of the supply, delete first row S1. Now after this we have to select the next cell having the minimum cost, right? So here if you observe, out of 8, 4, 2, 3, 7 and 5, minimum value is 2, that is cell S2 D3. Now for that cell, if you observe the supply value, that is of 12 units and demand value is of 10 units. Okay, so again we have to allocate maximum possible units to the selected cell. So supply means available quantities are 12 and requirement is of 10. So we have to allocate the 10 units to the selected cell. Now as we have assigned 10 units to the cell, that is S2 D3, if you observe the supply value, initially supply is of 12 units. So out of 12 we have assigned 10 units. So remaining units are 2, that is 12/2. And for the same cell, if you observe the demand, initially demand is of 10 units. So already we have assigned 10 units to the selected cell. So here there is a fulfillment of the demand. So 10/0. As there is a fulfillment of the demand in D3 column, we have to cross out that column. Okay. Now we have to select the next cell having minimum cost, that is out of 8, 4, 3, 7 we have to select the minimum value. So here minimum value is 3, that is S3 D1 cell. If you observe, for this cell supply values is 11 and for the same cell demand value is 3, that is available units are 11 and requirement is of 3. So whatever requirement is there, we have to allocate that much number of units to the selected cell. As requirement is of 3 units, so we have to allocate 3 units from the available units, that is supply, that is 11 units. So 11 minus 3 is equal to, you will get 8. So if you observe that supply column, in that I have written 11/8. Why 11/8? Because from 11 units we are assigned 3 units to the selected cell, and because of the assignment of the 3 units to the selected cell, now demand value is 0. That's why I have written 10/3/0. Okay. Now as there is a fulfillment of the demand, we have to cross out that column. Now as there is a fulfillment of the demand value, we have to cross out that D1 column. Now again we have to select the next cell having minimum cost, that is out of 4 and 7, here minimum value is 4. So our next cell having minimum cost is the cell, that is S2 D2. For this cell, if you observe, supply is of 2 units and demand is of 10 units, means available units are 2 and requirement is of 10. So we have to assign maximum possible units, that is 2, to the selected cell. After allocating 2 units to the selected cell, if you observe the supply, there is a fulfillment of the supply condition, and if you observe the demand values, that is a requirement, now remaining is of 8 units. As there is a fulfillment of the supply value in the second row, that is 0, here we have to cross out the row, that is S2. Now we have to select the next cell having the minimum cost. Now here there is a only single cell, that is S3 D2, that is the cell having the value 7. For this selected cell, that is S3 D2, supply is of 8 units and demand is also of 8 units. So we have to allocate 8 units to the selected cell. So after allocating 8 units to the selected cell, if you observe the supply value, that is 0 and demand value is also of 0. Okay. So if you observe all the last values of supply column and all the last value of demand column, all the values are 0, means here our problem stops. Now we have to calculate the transportation cost, means for that purpose we have to use the colored cell. Now first cell is what, 1 into 7, then plus 4 into 2, plus 2 into 10, plus 3 into 3, plus 7 into 8. After solving this, you will get values are 7 plus 8 plus 20 plus 9 plus 56 is equal to 100. Thank you for watching my video. See you all in my next video.